Hi, my name is Sonal Verma, student ID AUI3224. And today, me and my group members are here to give a presentation for the subject Finance for Business. And we are going to represent a research on the financial market and the capital budgeting analysis. Starting with what is the financial market? Like the financial system of countries all about investing and spending. Investors and the spenders are two most important part of the financial market, and it's all about circulation of money. Our primary focus in this report will be on the Australian investment industry. Here today we will discuss the cape for the investors in the investment industry. Thereafter, we'll represent a research on the facts and findings of the Australian financial market. Going towards the end, we'll sum it up with a case study. First of all, the talking about the research and the fact and the findings, for the financial market of Australia, Australia is one of the most developed economies when it comes to foreign diversities, exchange, equity, debt, and money. Well, it's not as good as the big countries like America and Japan, but still overall it's doing good. In Australia, there are basically four big financial institutions which we are going to discuss right now. The first one is the commercial banks. The commercial banks are authorized deposit taking institutions, and the primary market of operation is the local people who wants loans and wants to deposit money. The commercial banks also offer the certificate of deposit saving accounts to businesses and individuals. The second one is the insurance company. The primary market of operation for the insurance companies are both individuals and the businesses who wants to insure their respective contracts. For the insurance sector, the biggest source of income is the money that they get for the exchange of risk. Now, the third one is the investment bank. Now, the investment bank works as a channel or a bridge between the investing companies and the corporate sector by helping to buy the shares. The third one is the investment fund. Now, talking about the investment fund, the primary market of operation for the investment companies is the corporate sector, government sector, etc. And the primary source of income for the investment companies is by selling and buying the funds, assets, cash properties, bonds, etc. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Gurjit Singh Bajwa and my student ID is APS3683. Today the topic of my presentation is fact finding of Australian financial market regulations, and there are four parts of it. I will talk about the first two parts, which are advantages and issues, and the other two parts are covered by my fellow student. So let's start with the first point, which is advantages of being a listed company on ASX. And the first point is buy and sell adaptability. So it means one can buy and strengthen over ASX buying and selling hours. However, we can ultimately enter and leave a subsidizing in an ETP offering a concerning contract period of 3 days. And the second point is diversification. ETPs allows us to decorate our portfolio at some stage in business sectors. For example, some ETPs cover rising markets, professional and semi-authorities, securities, one among kind market segments, and financial standards. The third point is lower value. Generally, these are in shape to accomplish declined running costs, and the organization costs can also be declined than various assortments of expertly oversaw speculation. Let's talk about the second point, which is issues that should consider for being recorded company on ASX. And the first point is market hazard. A scarcity of liquidity in unsteady markets make it tough to shop for or develop ETPs in certain conditions. And the second point is taxation results. There are tax assessment treatments for fantastic variables and misfortunes on fake ETPs when apparently with direct application ETPs, which can likewise affect the financial experts. The last point is use of subsidiaries and counterparty chains. ETPs that use subordinates to repeat a bonus are worried to clear dangers. Some ETPs use over-the-counter subsidiaries, which are currently not circumstanced to focal counterparty clearing arrangements and have a more outstanding exposure to counterparty possibility. So that's the end of my part. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Preeti Khurana and my student ID is APS3703. So the topic for my presentation is fact finding of Australian financial market regulation. So 2 points will be explained by me and the 2 points will be explained by my fellow mate. So my point is requirement of listing on ASX. To list on ASX, a company must satisfy minimum admission criteria including structure, size, free float and number of shareholders. Minimum number of shareholders should be 200. There is 20% free float requirement. There should be minimum profit of $1 million for at least 3 years of operation, and there is requirement of $15 million capitalizations, $4 million net non-tangible assets. Step 2. Steps of listing procedures on ASX. Step 1. Appointing a gifted collection of counsels is crucial to the success of an IPO. Professional counselors about instructing of plan. Step 2. Preparing the plan. The Australian Corporation Act fuses a stated exposure checkout outlines. It must involve the actual factors the client and their master consultants might respectively require to make knowledgeable assessments. Step 3. Commence institutional promoting. The Corporation Act cautiously restricts marketing of an IPO previous lodgements of plan with Australian Security and Investment Commission. An introduction time of 7 days thus evolved from the date of lodgements. ASIC can stretch the exposure length to so long as 14 days after lodgement at the off hazard that it desired time to assess the outline in detail. Step 5. Lodge listing application with ASX. The proper agenda programming step stops with ASX interior 7 days of lodgement of defined with ASIC. Step 6. Marketing and provide period. The supply to retail clients begins after the exposure period and typically is open for a length of 3 to 5 weeks. Step 7. Closing the offer. In the given of step, the supply closed, shares a portion, and shopping and promoting initiates. Thanks, that's all for my part.
Hello everyone, my name is Harpreet Singh, student ID UMM3003, subject Finance for Business, and my presentation topic is fact finding of requirements on financial warning assistance enrollment in Australia. There are 3 main points of it. First one is who is the registrar, second one relevant cash related items, and the last one is professional necessities for cash associated courses. So I'm going to start with first point, who is the registrar. The financial advisor register facts everybody who are mentioned as an economic counsel. The meaning of a financial consultant is a man who is an Australian financial contribution licensee, a licensed agent, laborer or executive of an AFS licensee, or an expert or chief of a related physical makeup enterprises of an AFS licensee, and is allowed to gracefully non-open concept to retail consumers comparable to material monetary product to retails. Second one is relevant cash related items. At the fact, while an AFS licensee name an economic guide to the register, they need to approve them to present nation on at any rate one of the product on the posting of pertinent economic items. The products are essential monetary products, general protection plan items, customer funding funds, safety, or a total of any of those items. And the last topic is professional necessities for cash associated course. The GRASP necessities require money associated guide to have an authorized capability, pass the FASCA to investigate the responsible programming of their skill in key competency zone. Partake in 40 hours of continuing on with GRASP improvement in keeping with year to hold and drag out their master capacities, ability and aptitudes, and agree to the financial planner and advisor code of ethic, quite a few measures and primary belief within the territory of exact conduct patterns. Okay. Thank you.